What if I told you that when you wake up tomorrow, you won't recognize yourself, not just in the mirror, but in your mind, your spirit, and the way the world sees you? This is not a coincidence. You didn't stumble upon this message by accident. Something beyond your understanding has already begun shifting in your life. And for the first time, you can feel it, can't you? A quiet, unshakable knowing that change is coming. That everything you once thought was impossible is about to unfold before your eyes. One night, that's all it takes. Because after tonight, nothing will ever be the same. You've waited, you've prayed, you've fought battles no one else even knew about. And now, something deep inside you is telling you, this moment is different. This message is different. Because this is not just information. This is confirmation. Your transformation is already in motion. And when the world wakes up tomorrow, they will see a version of you that they never expected. But here's what no one told you. This transformation, it's not for everyone. Not everyone will experience this shift. Only a chosen few. The 1%. Most will never see it coming. Most will never be ready. They will continue living in cycles, never realizing they were just one step away from everything changing. But you were called here for a reason. Your heart already knows something is happening. You can feel it. The air around you is different. The way time moves, the way people look at you, it's subtle, but undeniable. That's because the moment is approaching, the moment when everything changes. And now, you have a choice. Either step forward or remain exactly where you are. Most will turn back. But if you're still here, if something inside you is telling you to keep listening, then you already know the answer. The transformation has already begun, and now there's no stopping it. Think back. Every moment you felt lost, every time you whispered a prayer wondering if it would ever be answered, every night you lay awake searching for a sign, questioning whether God had forgotten you. For years you've been waiting, holding on, fighting battles no one even knew about. While the world moved forward, you stayed stuck, trapped in cycles you couldn't escape. People around you never truly understood your struggle. They saw your smile, but they never saw the weight you carried. The nights of emptiness, the silent prayers, the moments when you almost gave up. But deep down, something kept you going. A quiet voice inside you whispered, "Hold on just a little longer." And you did. Because what you didn't know was that every tear, every sleepless night, every time you wanted to quit was leading you to this moment. This isn't just another message. This is a confirmation. If you're still here listening, then you are not here by accident. But before I tell you what's about to happen, you need to understand something very important. This transformation is not for everyone. Not everyone will experience this shift. Only a chosen few, the 1%. Most people will never be ready. They will continue living in cycles, never realizing they were just one step away from everything changing. But you were called here for a reason. Your heart already knows something is happening. You can feel it, can't you? That subtle shift in the air, the way things around you suddenly feel different. That's because the moment is approaching. The moment when everything changes. But you have a choice. Either step forward or remain exactly where you are. For years you've been walking in the shadows of your past, carrying burdens that were never meant to be yours, pain, regret, fear, doubt. But tonight that ends. Because you are about to step into a version of yourself that the world has never seen before. In just one night the weight will be lifted, the chains will break, and when you wake up, nothing will be the same. You've spent years wondering when your breakthrough would come. You've asked for a sign, prayed for a shift, held on to faith even when things seemed hopeless. And now that moment has arrived. When you wake up tomorrow, you will step into a reality that seems foreign, yet feels incredibly familiar. It's a reality you've dreamed of, and now it's yours. Everything you've endured, every tear, every heartbreak, every sacrifice, it all fades into the background as the beauty of your transformation takes center stage. The world will see you in a completely new light. Where you once felt ignored or overlooked, you'll suddenly find that people are drawn to you. Your presence commands attention, not because you are seeking it, but because you now embody something powerful and magnetic. This transformation isn't just about the external, it's about how you feel inside. You'll wake up with a sense of inner peace, a clarity in your purpose, and undeniable strength that empowers you to conquer whatever challenges come your way. This is the life you've always dreamed of, the life that once seemed out of reach, but now feels like a natural extension of who you were always meant to be. Your journey hasn't been easy. You faced countless obstacles, financial struggles, personal betrayals, loneliness, moments of doubt. There were times when you wondered if you'd ever make it through the storm. But through it all, you held onto hope. You trusted in God's plan even when it felt like nothing was changing. And now the day of reckoning has arrived. The hardships you faced were not in vain. They were the tests that built your resilience, the trials that shaped your character, the challenges that grew your faith. Now God is preparing to reward your perseverance with blessings that will overflow in every area of your life. It may seem too good to be true, but when God decides to bless you, there's no stopping it. Your transformation is the manifestation of your prayers, the answer to your deepest hopes, the reward for your unwavering faith. Your life is about to become a testament to what happens when you trust in divine timing. It's as if the universe itself has conspired to elevate you to a level of success, peace, and fulfillment that you once only dreamed of. And it all begins now. You feel it now, don't you? That weight in the air, the energy around you shifting. Something is happening, something beyond your understanding. And for the first time, you know, this isn't just in your head, it's real. Tonight is the night everything changes. You've waited for this moment, you've prayed for this moment, and now it's here. Your body feels different, lighter, stronger. There's a power inside you that wasn't there before, and it's growing, expanding, awakening. But here's what you never expected. This transformation, it won't just change how you look. It won't just shift your mindset. It will rewrite your entire destiny. And once it begins, there's no going back. You will wake up tomorrow and not recognize yourself, not just in the mirror, but in the way the world reacts to you, in the way opportunities start unfolding before your eyes, in the way every limitation that once held you back simply vanishes. The process has already begun. You are no longer the person you used to be. You don't think the same. You don't feel the same. You don't move the same. Something deep within you has changed forever. At first, you might not believe it, but the signs are undeniable. The way people look at you, the way they respond, the way the universe itself seems to move in your favor. This isn't just a phase. This isn't temporary. This is permanent. This is who you are now. You spent years living in struggle, feeling unseen, unheard, unnoticed. That version of you is gone. You are stepping into something greater, something unstoppable. You feel the strength in your steps, the certainty in your voice, the confidence in your energy, and now the world will feel it too. Because this transformation, it's not just happening inside you, it's happening around you, and everyone will see it. At first, they won't know why, they won't recognize it consciously, but something about you is different, and they feel it before they even understand it. You walk into a room, and suddenly, all eyes are on you. People notice you. They sense something powerful, something magnetic, something undeniable. The same people who once overlooked you now feel drawn to you. They listen more closely when you speak. They respect you in ways they never did before. You are no longer invisible. Not because you've changed physically, but because your energy, your presence, your very essence commands attention. This is the power of transformation, the power of alignment, the power of stepping into who you were always meant to be. And now, there's no turning back. And then something else happens, something unexpected, a breakthrough you never saw coming. You check your phone, a message, an opportunity. A door that was once closed has now swung wide open. For so long you struggled, just trying to get by, just trying to survive. But now, something has shifted, and wealth, success, abundance, they are drawn to you. Money flows where confidence grows. And now you radiate confidence. You radiate certainty. You radiate the energy of someone who is destined for something greater. People want to work with you. They want to invest in you. They see something in you that they never saw before. And now everything is changing. Your financial struggles, they are over. Your days of just surviving, they are behind you. You are stepping into a life of wealth, abundance, and limitless opportunity. Because you are no longer chasing success. Success is chasing you. And what about the ones who doubted you? The ones who mocked you? The ones who said you would never make it? They see you now, and they don't know what to say. Because the version of you they once knew, that version is gone. And standing in its place is someone they never expected. You don't need to prove anything to them. Your transformation is the proof. And now, they have no choice but to accept it. They will wonder how it happened. They will question if it's real. But deep down they know this isn't luck, this isn't coincidence, this is destiny. And now they are forced to watch you rise. And then, the final moment, the undeniable proof, the confirmation that you are no longer who you used to be. You stand before a mirror. But this time, you don't hesitate, you don't question, you simply look. And what you see staring back at you, it's not just you, it's the person you were always meant to become. Your reflection is stronger, bolder, more powerful. Your eyes hold a fire that wasn't there before. Your presence carries a weight that demands respect. You see it, you feel it, you know it. This is real, this is yours, and it will never be taken from you again. You are transformed, and the world will never see you the same way again. And just like that, everything is different. You wake up and something feels off. Not in a bad way, but in a way you can't explain. The air is lighter, the world seems sharper, and your body feels powerful. You don't recognize yourself, not just in the mirror, but in the way you move, the way you think, the way you feel. You've carried exhaustion for years, the weight of past struggles, the heaviness of doubt, but today, it's gone. Your shoulders feel lighter, your heart beats steady, and for the first time in a long time, you feel unstoppable. But here's the real proof. It's not just you who feels it, the world feels it too. At first, they can't put it into words, they don't know why. But something about you is different. You step into a room and heads turn, conversations pause. People glance up as if drawn by something they don't understand. You don't speak any louder than before. You don't dress any different. Yet somehow, your presence commands attention. They can sense it, the shift, the energy, the confidence. And suddenly, people who once ignored you now want to be around you. People who once doubted you now listen when you speak. People who once dismissed you now respect you. Not because you asked for it, but because they have no choice. You don't have to prove yourself anymore. The struggle for validation, it's over. The energy you carry speaks for itself. When you walk, people make way. When you speak, they listen. When you move, they follow. This is what happens when transformation is real. The world doesn't just see you differently, they treat you differently. Because you are no longer trying to be seen, you simply are. And then something else happens, something you never expected. Opportunities appear. Out of nowhere, doors that were once locked are now wide open. An email, a phone call, a message. Something shifts, and suddenly money flows where it never did before. Because success doesn't chase people who hesitate, it chases those who are ready. And now you radiate readiness. You move with certainty. You speak with conviction. And the universe rewards you for it. Your days of struggle, they're over. Your time of just surviving, gone. Now you are thriving, not by luck, not by accident, but because you finally stepped into the version of yourself that was always meant to win. And what about them? The ones who said you'd never make it, the ones who laughed, the ones who thought you would always stay the same. They see you now, and they don't know how to react. They thought they knew your future. They were wrong. The people who once looked down on you now speak your name with respect, some with admiration, some with regret, some with envy. They wonder how you did it, how you changed so fast, how you became someone they never expected. But you don't need to explain. Your transformation is the explanation. And now they are forced to watch you rise. You don't need their validation. You don't need their approval, because everything they once denied you, you now give to yourself. And then the moment of realization, the final confirmation. You stand before the mirror, and for the first time you see it, the glow in your skin, the fire in your eyes, the confidence in your stance. It's not just about looking different. It's about being different, thinking differently, feeling differently, moving differently. You take a deep breath. And as you exhale, you let go of the past, the fear, the hesitation, the version of you that doubted this moment would ever come. Because this is real. This is who you are now. And the world will never see you the same way again. You thought that was it, didn't you? That the transformation was complete, that this was the final stage. But here's what no one told you. This was never just about changing how you look. It was never just about feeling different. This transformation runs deeper, far deeper than you ever imagined. And what happens next will change everything you thought you knew, because this was never about the world seeing you differently. This was about you seeing the world differently. Look around. Everything seems the same people, the same places, the same conversations. But something inside you knows you are no longer part of that world. You can feel it, can't you? The disconnect, the shift. Like waking up from a dream and realizing the life you once knew was never real to begin with. You try to go back to the familiar, but it doesn't feel right anymore. The things that once entertained you seem meaningless. The people you once connected with feel distant. The spaces you once belonged to feel foreign, because you were never meant to stay where you were. You were always meant to outgrow it, to rise above it, to move beyond it. But here's the truth that most people don't want to hear. When you change, not everyone will celebrate you. Not everyone will understand. Some will admire your growth. Some will be inspired by it. But others? They will fear it, because your transformation forces them to confront their own reality, and not everyone is ready for that. Some will try to pull you back. They will remind you of who you used to be. They will tell you that you've changed, if that's a bad thing. Some will disappear completely, unable to face the reflection of their own untapped potential. But you must understand, this is not your loss. It is theirs. Because when you rise, you expose the ones who refuse to. And that is why so many will resist you. They will question how it happened. They will convince themselves that it's temporary, that you will return to the person they once knew. But you won't. You can't. Because once you've stepped into this power, once you've felt the shift, once you've awakened to what you are truly capable of, there is no going back. This is not just transformation. This is ascension. You are no longer walking the same path as everyone else. You are no longer following the same rules. You have stepped into something greater, something higher. And from this moment forward, your reality will reflect that. You will begin to notice things you never saw before. The way people speak, the way they move, the unspoken energy behind every interaction, the hidden intentions behind every word. You will no longer second-guess your instincts. You will no longer seek validation. You will no longer ask permission to step into the life you were always meant to have, because you don't need it. You have already been chosen, and now there is only one thing left to do. You must prove that you are ready for what's next. Most people turn back. Most people hesitate. Most people let fear stop them, but you are not most people. So, here is your final test. the final challenge before you step fully into this new reality. If you are truly ready, if you know in your heart that you were meant for this, then say it now. I am ready. Write it, speak it, declare it, because the moment you do, you make it real. The moment you do, you tell the universe, I accept this transformation. I step fully into it. I claim what has always been mine, because the truth is, this moment is not for everyone. This is for the 1%, the ones who refuse to settle, the ones who refuse to remain the same, the ones who know deep down that they were never meant to live an ordinary life. And if you are still here, still listening, still feeling this in your soul, then you already know the answer. The transformation has already begun, and now there is no stopping it. And now we've reached the moment of truth. You've seen it, you've felt it, you've lived through it, and yet one final choice remains. Transformation is not something that just happens to you. It is something you claim. It is something you step into willingly. And right now, in this very moment, you must decide, do you claim this shift? Or do you let it pass you by? Most people hesitate, they second guess, they let doubt creep in, they wait for the perfect moment, not realizing that this is the moment, but not you, not now. Not after everything you've been through. You didn't endure all of that just to stay the same. Think back to every time you were told you weren't enough, every time you felt unseen, every time you watched opportunities slip away wondering if your time would ever come. This is that time. This is that moment. And if you are ready to fully step into this new version of yourself, then you need to say it. Right now, say it out loud. Write it below. Declare it. Because the moment you do, you make it real. The moment you do, you tell the universe, I am ready. No more waiting, no more questioning, no more being at war with yourself. If you feel this shift, if you know deep inside that this message was meant for you, then don't leave this moment empty-handed. Drop a comment, write your name, mark this moment in time. Let the world see that you are stepping into your power, fully, completely, without hesitation, because the world does not listen to the silent. The universe does not move for those who are unsure, and this transformation does not wait for hesitation. You are either in or you are out. So here's the final test. You can walk away. Forget everything you've heard. Go back to the life you once knew, the version of yourself that fit neatly into a world that never saw your full power. Or you can step forward into the unknown, into the life that was always meant for you. Most will turn back, most will choose comfort over destiny. But you? If you're still here, still listening, still feeling this in your core, then you already know the answer. Say it now. Write it, speak it, declare it. I am ready. The transformation has already begun, and now there is no stopping it.